Hey everyone, Crash here, this is RTA Motorsports. Today what we're going to be doing is adding carbon fiber bits to our 2018 Camaro ZL1, and we picked them up from Carbon Add-ons. Here we go.
Welcome to RTA Motorsports.
Alright, every car enthusiast and race car fan would tell you just by adding carbon fiber to your car is going to increase the horsepower at least by 15–20%. Just kidding. Of course, that's just a joke, but carbon fiber in itself does have a lot of beneficial aspects to it if used for those reasons. For instance, our rear spoiler is carbon fiber. Carbon fiber is very, very strong as well as very light. So if you're replacing panels with it or whatnot, aerodynamics, of course, carbon fiber does have its benefits, but in this case, it's strictly just for looks. We're just doing it for an appearance package. We're going to be laying it over certain interior trim pieces as well as the exterior door handles to kind of give our car more of a cohesive look. So Camaro ZL1s all have carbon fiber heat extractors in the front there. And these carbon fiber heat extractors, some are painted, some are exposed. This is the exposed carbon fiber heat extractor from GM. And with that, I also added a C7 rear carbon fiber spoiler about a year ago. This is not as high as the rear spoiler as what you get stock from the Camaro ZL1 1LE, but it's a different style altogether. So I kind of really like the looks of that. And with that, we also added the carbon fiber antenna cover. And then back here on the mirrors, I have carbon fiber mirror covers. So it's no secret, carbon fiber is kind of my weak spot when it comes to anything. I just love the look of carbon fiber. So we're going to be adding more to it. Again, trying to really keep that theme going throughout the vehicle. But yeah, let's unbox it. Let's see what we got. Here we go. All right, I was finally able to open up the garage door a little bit, but yeah, let's unbox this and let's get going. Let's see what's inside the box. Okay, so right away, I'm greeted with what seems to be the shifter cover. Super light, super thin, it feels like. Wow. I know carbon fibers are light, but this is kind of ridiculous at this point. So that is the shifter bezel cover there. Really, really pretty. Unfortunately, though, there seems to be a little bit of a scratch. I don't know if you could see that. It's very, very small on that piece there. I'll try to see if I could get it buffed out. I'll probably contact them. This looks gorgeous. You do have 3M mounting tape on the back. So we'll get that off to the side. So we got the cup holder trim around, or trim surround, I should say. Came out really, really nice. Now again, does have the 3M type adhesive on the back of that. We also got these are the door buttons, the surrounds for that. This is part of the door handle release that goes behind the actual door itself. The surrounds for the door handle and the button covers. So we do have quite a few pieces here. This is one of the ones I was really looking forward to. This is actually what's going to go over the Camaro logo on the steering wheel. So that's pretty cool there. This goes above the gauge cluster hood, so you can see this externally. And then we do have other pieces here which are going to be on the dash just below the dash, that are going to basically give it a nice little line underneath of carbon fiber from one side to the other. And right here, these are the pieces I was really, really looking forward to. These are the door handle covers. Look how pretty those look there. And they already have the adhesive on the back. You just got to peel it off. Clean the surface of whatever you're putting it on always to make sure that there's no oils or anything that's going to separate the adhesive from whatever you're trying to stick it onto. You don't want to ruin the adhesive, especially tape this thin. It's very hard to find in the stores. If you need to replace it, you can, but you know, better do it right the first time. Just make sure you're cleaning all the oils and waxes off of whatever you're going to install it onto. So yeah. All right, so we just finished installing the door handle and that back cover on this side. On the other side as well, we did the same thing. I really like how the unlock and lock button is still perfectly usable, and it fits it absolutely perfectly and snug. There's no big gaps anywhere. It really fits over the handle just like OEM, and both sides fit on there. No incidences, no gaps, no weird sort of, you know, pieces that felt like they were too big or anything like that. It was absolutely perfect. When you do open and close the door though, you do feel the edge of the carbon fiber because, you know, they don't wrap around the inside, just like none of them ever do. So I don't think it's really enough to ever bother anybody. It's just literally the thickness of the carbon fiber, which is already super thin, but the look of it is absolutely amazing. And I really do feel like it does tie in the carbon fiber on the exterior of the car together. So now let's jump to the interior. Okay, this is the next piece that we're going to be covering up here. Now we're just going to test fit the carbon fiber that I have, the shell right over, just so we can see what it's going to look like afterwards. Ooh. There we go. And I do like how, you know, there's still this exposed trim here, this exposed silver. Still that way the, you know, these knurled grips around and the silver up here still tie together. There's still aspects of silver there, but that carbon fiber is just gorgeous around the shifter. Kind of makes me want to get a carbon fiber knob. Man, this looks good. This looks really good. So again, just make sure it's all cleaned up. Make sure there's no debris on there, no oils, no nothing on what the tape is going to be holding on to, what the adhesive is going to be holding on to. Now we're going to start peeling that adhesive off and we'll get it on. Alrighty, here we go. Just going to lightly put it on, make sure that we are lined up, and then we're going to press it down once we make sure we got it all on there. Okay, so we have a problem with this piece again, and that is the double-sided tape that they used is extremely thin. You could barely see it on there. It's extremely thin. It's not like the same stuff that we had in the other pieces. The interesting thing about it is it doesn't want to adhere for whatever reason. I don't know if it's a fitment issue or what. Seems to fit really nice, but it just keeps peeling right back off. So I have some really thin double-sided tape. I think I'm going to go through, add some pieces, and then get this on there. It's a really pretty piece. I do want this on there. Okay, so in the areas that we were having lifting here, back here, pretty much the main cross sections, I installed some super thin 3M tape that I had from when I was doing my carbon fiber rear mirror covers. We had some fitment issues with their tape that they installed, so I ended up buying some really thin ones. They weren't carbon fiber add-ons or carbon add-ons. Those were just eBay ones, but now they fit perfectly. But good thing I had some left. And let's see if it's going to work. This stuff is super sticky, so I think with the heat it's going to be perfect. Okay, so I have my cleaner here. I'm just going to clean around where we're going to install the next piece of carbon fiber, and that is around this Camaro logo here. Now they do sell trim pieces that go all the way around. This bottom piece here, carbon fiber add-ons, did not have it with the hole cut out in stock, so I actually sourced it from another location. Should be here tomorrow, so that's not going to be in today's install. But we did get the center piece here. All right, so I think that should be good enough. We'll let that dry for a second. So we do have that piece here, and that's going to go right on just like that, and that's going to look amazing. Ooh, I really like what that looks like. All right, so let's peel the backing and get that on, and pretty much it's going to be the same process all the way around. All right, there we go, and we got that carbon fiber piece right on in the middle there. You can see from my point of view what that looks like. Just absolutely beautiful. Once we get this bottom carbon fiber piece on, says it's going to be coming tomorrow. It's really going to tie that look in together. We do have a carbon fiber piece for up here we're going to be installing. as well as, again, this whole bottom edge down here and the door handle. So we've got a little bit of work left to do. All right, so I just finished installing all the carbon fiber bits inside the car, as well as the door handles that we did earlier, and we are finally done. There was a lot more than I was expecting, as well as some of the carbon fiber was a little bit different as far as how it's manufactured than I was expecting. Luckily enough, I was able to verify on their website, it is all real carbon fiber. It's just some of it's actually molded carbon fiber, the rigid stuff in the resin, and some of it's actually overlays, which are the flexible kind to, you know, put over things with different shapes, and it makes it a lot more easier to install than, you know, maybe doing like a vinyl wrap or anything like that. Now on top of that, you are still using legit 100% real carbon fiber according to them on their website. Hello everyone, and day 2 of the install. Excuse the sweat, it is 100, or actually it's just over 100 degrees here again, and we finally got our last piece. Now this is the bottom of the steering wheel. This is actual carbon fiber. I bought this off of eBay, purchased it from a seller called Next Gen Speed. Now none of this is promotional. I should have, I think I said it in the beginning of the video, don't know if I did. None of this was sent to me, none of this is sponsored. Everything we purchased on the inside of this car, carbon fiber wise, thus far has been from Carbon Add-ons, and it's mainly because on their website they cleanly state everything is 100% carbon fiber, so it made it a lot easier to purchase. But this piece here has been out of stock for a little while now. I'm sure they'll get it back in stock. They do have the one with the solid insert there, but we do have a ZL1. We do have a nice ZL1 logo on our stock piece, and I want it to show through. So I just ordered it where it was in stock, and that was on eBay. Now this is the OEM piece, and you can see here on the OEM piece, it's like covered with like a black vinyl, and this black vinyl for whatever reason is bubbling up, and in some cases right there is actually peeled off, little hole there, so it doesn't look nowhere near as clean as I would want it to be. The ZL1 logo is pretty, and I do want that to show through, so we're going to cover it with carbon fiber to kind of bring that continuity, that consistency of carbon fiber throughout the cabin, and yeah, kind of cover up that black vinyl. Now you do see that center piece here from Carbon Add-ons. Interestingly enough, when I ordered this piece from Next Gen Speed, I didn't realize also in the package they included one as well. And interestingly enough, it's kind of wrapped the same way that the Carbon Add-ons ones were wrapped. It was like wrapped in the same material, the same plastic, and it looks identical. So we'll put them side by side, and if I would have known that theirs would have came with it, I probably wouldn't have ordered the one from Carbon Add-ons, because it wasn't necessarily cheap from Carbon Add-ons. Looks like it would fit exactly the same way, almost looks completely identical. So I don't know if it's the same manufacturer. I don't know. I have no idea. I can't speculate on that, but apparently I have an extra one. But yeah, let's install this piece. Let's get it going. All right, so we're just going to clean the material, make sure there's no waxes, oils, or anything on there. Again, just like we did with everything else. And through this entire process, this is probably the hardest thing to do, is just get that backing off really. We're going to line it up very loosely, and then we'll press it in once we're sure that we got a good fit. So it actually goes quite a bit under that. Oh my gosh. Now, there we go. Oh, that's on there solid. And it completely encapsulates that logo perfectly. I mean, I don't think I'm ever going to take this off. I mean, maybe unless we change the steering wheel out, but this is how it should have came stock. I mean, this looks OEM. Guys, I'm so excited about how this looks right now. You just have to check this out. Look at that. It completely covers the very edges of it, so only the logo comes through perfectly. That's a beautiful fitment, and that looks great. And it's gonna completely go along with the rest of our carbon fiber we have on the interior of this car beautifully. So the only way this is gonna get changed right now is if we go with a full carbon steering wheel, but I think that's golden there. That's beautiful. All right, everyone, so we do have everything installed and done on the car as far as all those carbon fiber bits from Carbon Add-ons. I did install everything fairly easily. Just that shift bezel overlay, that is a hard resin piece. So that one there, I'm not really sure. I don't think it was the molding at all. The molding of it fit perfectly when I test fit it. I mean, it was completely solid. There was no bowing or anything like that. I just think it was the double-sided tape that was on that one was just a little too thin to really bite down on the actual bezel. So installing the little bit of extra double-sided tape, 3M tape that I had lying around, installing that little bit of extra really got it on there, and that thing does not move at all. So you gotta expect that sometimes with these aftermarket parts you put on. For the most part, when you buy quality pieces like these, they fit beautifully. Every once in a while, something's not gonna work exactly right. For instance, these here, these are the the rear mirror covers. I didn't buy these from Carbon Add-ons. I actually got these from eBay, but they had thousands of positive reviews, and I was the one guy that when I went to install mine, the 3M tape on one of them was a little bit messed up, and it ended up needing completely all new 3M tape on the inside of it, which really wasn't bad because it didn't take away from how it fit. It's just, you know, sometimes you run into these little issues here and there. So keep that in mind. Make sure you don't rush these installs. Make sure you do the prep work and you clean everything like you're supposed to. And again, make sure when you're installing it, you are making sure that the piece is going to fit the way you want it to before you press it down, because the adhesive on a lot of these pieces is really strong. Again, you can take it off, but you don't want to destroy the piece in doing so. So just take your time. Be very proactive with all of the prep work and making sure the fit and finish of everything is the way you want it before you cinch it down, and I think you won't have any problem whatsoever. I am very happy that on their website they're saying everything is 100% carbon fiber, because I didn't want to install any fake pieces in the car, just personal preference. And I'm glad that Carbon Add-ons is selling legit carbon fiber, even though some of it is a little bit different than what I was expecting, the softer overlay, but the pieces look gorgeous and they really just speak for themselves. Anyway, I'm Crash's RTA Motorsports. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Stay safe, stay happy, and as usual, see you all next time.